Crafty Chris and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my Timeless Collection journal, junk journal from Cheaply Chic, and I want to just do a flip through. I finished it last night and today I'm going to do the flip through. So on the front I added to the safety pin that was on here already some fibers and a little gear, a rusty paper clip that has a couple of the buttons, a heart gear, and also want to let you know that they still have this collection that was released in April. She still has it in her store and it's actually on sale right now, so you can still purchase this kit, and I believe it's just lovely and it comes with a lot of great items. Alright, let's get started. So I have a library pocket that I decorated, and then for each entry I just wrote down the date and then what I called the page. Another pocket with a tag that I stamped Timeless on, added a little bit of fiber. This was the washi that I received, and the little tiny flower and the note that came with the kit. This was the recipe page I received. So my goal for this kit was to use Tim Holtz paper dolls, because we received a couple in the kit, and then I decided that every entry I would use a paper doll because I wanted to use them up. Alright, so this is a clear pocket that I made with transparency film. I printed up an Echo die print, and the page is actually a napkin that I decoupaged on. And I continued it on to this side, my paper doll, and then on this side. Then there's a family, and then I journaled here, added some trim. This page, I used the yearbook page that I received, and it had the orchestra, which I thought was fitting because I was in the band in high school and the orchestra, and also was I think it was the science club, so I called it the Geek Squad. Just a little play on words. And I added a little bugle boy, and this was a fussy cut flower that I received from my plant page. And a quote, "Each one of us is God's special work of art," from Tony Erickson Jade. A library pocket that came from my stash. This was one that I had already had ready, and I had a collage in the back. And then I did some secret journaling in the back. I decoupaged the back with the 2 music sheets. And this is a little clip that I added the little heart that said "Made with Love," a key, and some fibers. On this page I used the digital, I printed out the digital of the cabinet cards of the man and the woman. I believe they were married, and I did this from the perspective of the wife and added my love on there. This lace right here was a gift from my secret sister. She actually wrapped up some chocolate for me with this beautiful lace, and I absolutely love it. This is a seed packet envelope that came from the Target Dollar Spot, so I decorated the front. This was the actual card that I received in my kit, and then I did journaling in the back. This is a collage that I did, and this was when I first started doing collage because I kept watching everyone else do it, and finally I decided I wanted to try it, and I love it. This was on Mother's Day, so I wrote out Proverbs 31 verse on each one of these cards. I fussy cut some flowers and a butterfly. This is a vintage playing card, and this is actually a really old Rec Rack packaging. This one I wanted to, it was like for remember this, their wedding day, and then this was a little something special we received in our kit, and so I wanted to use it on this page. And this is the Tim Holtz decoupage stuff that I used here and here and here. I love it. Love how it looks. And then I did some just various stamping. This was like they were waiting for the bus or the train. This is an old vintage bus ticket that I found inside of a book that I bought at a library bookstore. And so I thought I liked it and put it on this page because it was one of the things I was hoarding and I wanted to use it. I made a pocket and did my journaling here. And I just added this from the bag because I thought it went well with this. The back, I did a decoupage of a piano music roll, and you can see the little lines there. That was the first time I ever used it, and I just loved how it looked in the background. I love this quote. It's on a stamp that I have. It is art that makes life, makes importance, and I know of no substitute for the force and beauty of its purpose. Henry James. And on this is the napkin I received, and I decoupaged it onto a card catalog card and journaled on the back. I did some more music in the background. This was a book that I just received that day that I ordered from eBay, and I absolutely loved it, so I wanted to add it to this page. This is a brown envelope that I turned into a pocket and added my postcard and did journaling on the back of it. This is the inventory tag, and I added book page to the back and then a fussy cut mushroom. Absolutely love this. This is like one of the favorite things I did in this journal. And then this says May hath 31 days, and this came from a Farmer's Almanac, and so did this. So I have a top loading tuck spot and the actual envelope. This was the first day of June, and I had worked on a birthday card for one of my daughter's friends, and she requested bumblebees and sunflowers, so I bought a digital kit. I'll link it below if I remember. So these were items that I had left on my desk, and so this is the bag that was inside the journal, and I made a journal card with a guest check, slipped it in there, used my little ticket as a tab. And this is an Edith Holden page for June, and did another journaling card. So I added these tiny little girls, and then this is another tag from the kit and added it to the top. This was a vintage tablecloth that I purchased that day, and I like to use the items that I receive. Like if I buy something, I like to use it that day if possible. This is a rusty paper clip and some sari silk. So this was a napkin that I just purchased from Tuesday morning, so I wanted to decoupage that. I added some birds that came from a bird book that I just got that day, and this came from a Tim Holtz cards, and I wanted to cherish this day. And what was really neat about this week, it was a very cool week for Alabama, and I wanted to cherish every moment of it, especially in June. the little girl dancing. And then this is a little paper clip that I made with my little bus ticket, and I thought it was fitting because it was the 13th. And then added a little star and paper clip. This was Flag Day, so this came from a book that I had already. This is a ribbon that I made from bias tape, and this was a pin that I've had for a very long time and it broke. So I held on to it, and I'm so glad because it looks great there. This is a little paper doll of the girl with the flag, and I used my airmail envelope to do some journaling on, and this is some 1912 ledger paper that I absolutely love, added it to the back. This one I decided to use this gift wrap. I was going through my gift wrap and found this and just immediately wanted to use it that day, and it's more masculine, so I wanted to use a little boy, which I love. So it's a little boy and his dog. Also, what's neat about this page, these are actually eggs, and I had this recipe page and it had eggs, like eggs on a plate, like an egg souffle or something like that, and I finally was able to use it. You can't tell it's eggs until I tell you, right? So I thought that was really cool that you can use almost practically anything. This is the claim check, a tag that I made, and I glued, this was a bag that came with the kit, and I just glued it on top and then journaled on the back. And I also have a little tuck spot here with a digital postcard. And I added my bookmark here. This was made with sari silk. Alright, on this page I did a little bit more decoupage. This was probably on my desk left from the previous entry, and I just put this page together. I really love it. And this was a pocket that I made from a book page. Added my journaling here, and this was origami paper, so pretty. And I accidentally dropped this on her when I was doing this, and I thought it was just so pretty that I ended up putting it on her. And you'll notice that she is the beginning and the end of my videos now. This was my last charm I had left from the kit. It's a little butterfly. And this is, I did a video on this entry, and I used a kit from Recreations by Brooke called the Peterson's Magazine Collage. And so I just added elements that were left in the kit. This was my last page entry, and so I challenged myself to use up what was left in the kit. And my last video you saw where I made the ephemera from the items left in the kit, and so these were the bigger pieces that I added. This is one of the ephemera pieces we made in the video, and this one is too. This came from my stash, and I thought it was perfect for the last entry. This is the envelope I made. And then the very last page is a collage of the pieces that were left in the kit. And then there's the eggs from the recipe page. And I finally used this on the last page. And so these are the ephemera that I made in the last video, and this is what's left from my kit. I think just a couple little tickets, and yeah. So I thought I did really good about using all the items. I do have a small little pile over here of tiny little pieces of paper where I did some collaging, so it's going to go into my collage box and I'll use it there. So I'm so happy that I used up everything in my kit. It turned out really chunky. I'm very happy that I purchased this kit, and it really just pushed me to use the items that I received in it. And I am just excited to start on sunny days, which will be today. Today's July the 1st, and I'll be starting on my sunny days collection today. I want to thank everyone for stopping by today and seeing the flip through of my journal. So I hope everyone has a lovely, blessed day. All right, goodbye.